Hey guys, Adam from Lazy Guy DIY, and today I'm going to show you how to build a better drawer. First up, you're going to measure your drawer box. You want to put your slides in there. You don't have to attach them, but you're going to measure in between. And you want to subtract about 1/8 of an inch because you want to make room for the hardware. Measure all sides, front and back, and then cut your lumber for the drawer box. What I like to use for the bottom of the drawer is called underlayment. It's a thin piece of plywood. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a dado cut, which is a groove with our table saw that's wide enough to fit these pieces of underlayment. It's going to take 2 passes, sometimes 3, depending on how much you account for the thickness of the blade. But after you pass everything through the first time, you're going to adjust probably about 1/16 of an inch and then run it all through again. Depending on my spacing from the rail, I can usually get this done in about 2 passes. So what I do is I keep a scrap piece of underlayment sitting around, and after I run that one through, I'll try it out. This one didn't work out too well, so it looks like I have to go for a 3rd adjustment here. So I adjust the rail a little bit more, and then I run all the pieces through, and then I pull out that piece of underlayment, and I try it one more time. This one looks like it is going to fit. So here's the secret to building a better drawer. With the pieces that you cut the dado grooves in, you're only going to do that on 3 of them. The 4th piece, you're going to raise the saw blade up, so you're going to cut all the way through on that same line as the rest of the dados. And the reason for that is you can slide the underlayment over top as it goes into the grooves, and in this piece you can just nail it down. So if you ever damage the drawer or the bottom blows out, all you're going to replace is the underlayment and not have to worry about taking the entire drawer apart. That is a win right there. For assembling the drawers, I don't get cute here. I just use pocket holes from Craig Jig. I'm using 3/4 inch here, but what you need to do is make sure that the dados are facing the opposite side of the pocket holes. And also you want to make sure that you're only putting pocket holes in the front and back pieces. If you put them in the side, that's going to interfere with the slides later on in assembly. Now it's time to put everything together, lay it all out, make sure your dados are facing inward, and make sure your pocket holes are all facing outward on the front and the back. I make sure I put a little wood glue in there also before I use my pocket holes, and then I'm going to start pulling out my clamps here. And it's very important that you don't over tighten your clamps because the frame will flex a little bit. It's only but so strong at those corners so far without the screws in there. So make sure you clamp down pretty good, make sure it doesn't shift, make sure everything is nice and even, and then pull out a speed square. Make sure that all your corners are square, because if it's not, you're going to have some real issues here when you start putting a drawer in. Now to attach it here, I'm using 1 1/4 inch screws, and the reason for that is because my material is 3/4 inch thick. Now I know I'm going to get some questions here. Should I be using 3/4 inch material? Probably not, but that's what's easiest to get at a big box store, and it's easy to assemble. It makes it nice and sturdy, but you can usually go 1/2 inch and you're not sacrificing that drawer space. With everything all assembled, I'm going to pull out a piece of underlayment and make sure everything fits. But you can get a good look here of what that dado groove looks like all the way around. I'm going to measure it, and then I'm going to start cutting my underlayment. What's nice is that you can pick up a 1/4 sheet of underlayment. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick at your big box store for only a couple dollars. So it makes great drawer bottoms, but just run it through the table saw, and it's a little bit of trial and error to make sure everything fits correctly. But once you have it, you're going to slide it right in, make sure it fits, and it slides into that back little dado groove there. And then you're going to start pulling out your nail gun and nail that last little bit there. And that way, if you ever need to replace it, you can just pop that out the back there, slide it out, and then you're good to go. And that is how you build a better drawer. You'll notice I didn't attach the drawer faces yet. The reason for that is I always install the drawer slides first, the piece of furniture. That way I can make any sort of minor adjustments to the drawer face, and it'll leave a flush and clean look on the front. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like. Please leave any comments or questions you like, and make sure you go and visit LazyGuyDIY.com.